better. Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, reviewing from Vault City Brewing, it's an Apricot Session Sour. And it says here, back with a bang, our latest goodness and in every sip. A fantastic pairing for our mixed culture, 300 grams per litre of apricots. That's a lot of bloody apricots in each litre. Were dosed to the brim of the fermenter, combining with our super fruit esters from a voracious and hot fermentation. This session sour is bursting with apricot jam aromatics and flavour with a juicy body and a bright, balancing acidity. Settle in for a sour session. So yeah, I have to remember that the bloody camera's up there. It's the only problem with using the when I use the phone, I know where the camera is. On this, the camera's in the wonky place. Yeah, I need to dislocate the camera and put it back into a different place. So anyway, I've just checked the hot tub and it's full. All's good. So I thought, sod it. Wife's not back just yet. Second beer review tonight. 3 beer reviews tonight. 2 live. One's going to be not live. And more than likely, this will be a quiet one anyway, because I kind of told everyone I want to do another live review. Anyhow, so lovely looking pour on this. Orangey looking pour, if we're being honest. Not much of a head on the nose, and it's got to be apricot on the nose. If it's not, there's something wrong. Good evening, Thomas. And oh my God, the nose is sensational. Oh, and you can't fault these fellas. They really know, or ladies, they really know how to make their flavoured beers, and absolutely gorgeous beer. So yeah, beautiful apricot nose. Wow. So that's apricot in the extreme. Apricot in the extreme, and so very easy drinking. Oh, fruity, a little bit sour. Certainly not a beer that's this is a beer that's going to it's going to interest those who like the sound of apricot taste. They're going to love this. And this is where sours deliver what a lot of other beers don't. When it says apricot, it's delivering apricot. You do get a lot of beers that don't deliver on what they say they're going to be, and that can be an issue. 4.2%, easy strength. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. To say that, I suppose it's supposedly a sour, but with it being a session, good evening, Liam. How are we, matey? With it being a session sour, it is very, very easy to drink. Very. I do like Vault City. You know, their brand, what they do for sours is great. I got a £5 off from what do you call them, the Pinter people today. An email came through with £5 off, but you've got to spend it within a week, which kind of kills it off because I ain't got no money to spend on pint kits at the moment. And to be honest, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 kits. Yeah, did I not reply? I thought I did, to be honest. Yeah, it's a beautiful sour. It is. Really hits on the nail, the apricot. So the beer was meant to be coming out today, as far as I understood. But 4 out of the 5 Lincoln Green pubs have been shut down. staff, you know, with this bloody COVID and all that. Yeah, from the 26th onwards. I think it's just a way of getting extra business. So anyway, my local, the Robin Hood, they're not back open until Wednesday. And I don't know how they're going to work it, because it's really, really awkward. But they're not back open until Wednesday. And the beers are being, the casks are being delivered today. So I presume that they're going to need 2 or 3 days to settle down so it goes clear. And so I reckon Wednesday or Thursday will be the first tasting. And I'm hoping that straight after work on Wednesday or Thursday, straight down to Lincoln Green, Robin Hood pub, with the wife and little one in tow. And go and sample some beers and make a bit of a night of it, really. But yeah, as far as pubs go, I know the Lincoln Green pubs are going to be doing it. So all the 5 Lincoln Green pubs, the Robin Hood, the Station Hotel in Hucknall, the one in Canning Circus, Sir John Bolet's Warren, the Brickyard at Carlton, Arnold, yeah, Robin Hood and Little John's in Arnold. So that's where more than likely I'll be going, and take the wife along and take the little one. And I can't see them not allowing kids in the pubs up until a certain time in the evening. Most kids. Yeah, Arnold's not too far away from both you. Well, certainly not far away from me. But they've got some nice other beers on as well. So it's... so hopefully the wife will drive, and I'll be the one doing the... but I think they're going to make a video of it while I'm there. Might even get me to do a review with the good man from Lincoln Green next to me, which would be, you know, it's all right doing a review when people aren't there watching you. But, you know, when there's people watching you and actually properly watching you, because you can do a review in a pub, and especially when you've had a drink, you don't give a shit, you know, to be honest. And, you know, when you're half canned. But to do a review when you're not drunk and then picking out the flavours, it's interesting. I mean, I've been doing reviews in front of the wife just recently. So, yeah, I was half canned with Greg, though. Yeah, but I've been doing reviews with the wife in the background. And, yeah, I'm getting used to it. And I think that's... cheers, matey. I think, you know, once I get over the initial, as long as there's not too many people watching, you know. Can you imagine going to the pub? There's about 30 people all sitting there watching and listening to the review. I feel all right, numpty. But yeah, it should be good. It's and see what happens. But the funny thing is, my workplace, they are also getting the beer. I think they're using it. No one's telling me anything, not even Lincoln Green. I messaged Lincoln Green and asked them, and I can say it on this video because they won't watch this video anyway. But I asked Lincoln Green, apparently my workplace are going to be stocking the beer, and no one's replied back to me. So I wonder if there's something going off in the background. So I'll know sometime this week, I'll know something. Can't fault you. Yeah. Pot the lorry outside on double yellows. I want a pint of the Wraggys. Right, I'm off. And luckily it's only 3.8% as well, so it's not too heavy on the ABV. I mean, being me, I would have gone for an Imperial Stout. But when you think about it, you need a beer that's going to sell. And let's be fair, Lincoln Green, or they do craft beers as well as traditional. Yeah, 2, definitely. I'm having 2. And they do craft beers as well as traditional. So, I mean, some of their traditional beers are amazing. So I've not heard anything yet. So it'll be interesting towards the middle of the week. I think once they know what's going off, Oh, I hope they bottle some. I really do, because I want some for home. I mean, it's all right doing a review in the pub, but to do a review at home. Good evening, matey. How are you? To do a review at home would be exceptional, you know, especially to keep some back, to let it mature a little bit. The artwork picture's spot on. Makes me look old. You know, I'm not that old, surely. Yeah, cheeky bastards. Oh, I'll be taking my bottles down to the pub. Yeah. All day long. Yeah, I'll have my 5 little bottles ready for refills, and then bring them home with me. There's a couple of beers I've not reviewed that they've got out just recently. So if they're on the bar, I'll be getting them. And what I do think is at 3.8%, you know, 3.8% is a sweet spot, isn't it? If you think about some of the biggest selling beers in the country, anything from 3.8 to about 5 is a sweet spot. And they could have a major beer on their hands, or they could have a dud. But, you know, citrusy beer. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is. I just hope I drink it and I like it. Imagine drinking your beer and you're like, oh God, I don't like this. And then try not, and sometimes your face gives it away before your mouth does. And my facial expressions always give me away, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, it will be interesting. But to be fair, it tasted nice, and that was before it even fermented. So it tasted lovely. So you know, it should be a nice beer. But anyway, the heat. Back to Vault City. What a gorgeous apricot beer this is. That nose, purely apricot, top class. Let me move that Top Chat again. It always goes back to Top Chat. It's like that bloody programme. Good evening. A calamansi, passion fruit and vanilla ice cream. Wow, that's something. Where's the thing? Let me put live chat on. I don't know if it makes any difference. No. No, I think that's gone even worse. No. This one. No, this is from Nisa in Southampton. So Scott from Scott and Wonder, he actually told me about this shop, and I went in and spent 87 quid in there. Yeah, that was an expensive shop. 87 quid. Yeah, I thought that was the case when I was talking to myself for a bit, and I thought, bloody notifications aren't working. Yeah. This is going to be the last live tonight, though, because I've got dinner to cook. So I might sneak another beer review in, but it won't be a live, because the lives always take about 3 times longer than just, you know, the standard ones. Beautiful. Oh yeah, the bloke was amazing. He was a top class Indian bloke, or well, Asian bloke, but he really knew his beers, and the selection of beers was just world class for a Nisa shop. It's like you walk in, it's like, where are the beers? And then you see this. I saw a few Polish beers, and I thought, well, all's not lost. I can pick a few Polish jobbies up. And then as I'm scrolling along, looking along, all of a sudden I see Neon Raptor, Black Iris, and I thought, hey, I'm at home. And then it was Vault City. They had like 13 different Vault City beers, and it's like, Jesus Christ, 13 of them. And then I looked on the other side, and then it was all the stouts and porters, and I tell you could have spent 500 quid. That does sound nice, doesn't it? The birthday stout. I did have a. Oh, you're still alive after your weekend. Bless you, matey. Yeah. How are you? Sober again there? Yeah. I'm not good getting drunk. I can't handle it. You know, I can drink obviously, but you know, if it's more than if it's a couple of days on the road, I can't do it. I literally can't. I think my threshold seems to be going downhill with beers. Certainly to the point where people know that you're drunk. Every so often. Yeah. I have calmed it down. Yeah, got a bollocking off the wife, so you have to. But I was drinking too much, and sometimes we need a bollocking, and just to calm us down when we're drinking. But yeah, I generally have a couple. I try and space them apart as well, so they're in your system and go from your system, so you never look drunk. I certainly don't wake up in the morning necking beer or like that, and I don't want to go to bed steaming every night because it's not a life, But yeah, I mean, I went a couple of nights with no beer last week at all, so yeah, felt shit. If I'm being honest. But yeah, I'll have a meal in a bit, and the meal will soak the beer up. I had a meal when I come home. To be fair, yeah, Sherwood, Nottingham, yeah. Yeah, lived here all my life, Nottingham. Don't think I'll ever move away, actually. Even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't move away. I'd like to move to the countryside, though. After working in the countryside, beautiful. Being in the countryside, just having farmers as neighbours. Good evening, Ali. How are you? And yeah, just having farmers as neighbours. Be beautiful, wouldn't it? Apart from the fact that they wake up at 6 in the morning, start driving the tractors around. But generally, farmers are good neighbours. And where I work, at both workplaces, farmers are brilliant, lovely people. And, their life they've got's amazing. I mean, they may worry about the finances a little bit, but don't we all? Unless you're some mega millionaire and you don't need to worry, we all worry a little bit. But yeah, beautiful. This is apricot on the nose, beautiful orangey looking port, apricot on the taste, and so nice. There's a sourness to it, but is it pleasant supporting any football team these days? Unless you're bloody unless you're Man City at the moment, is it pleasant? 13 pints. Me and the wife were on about going up to York sometime in September. I don't support Notts County. Always been a Forest fan since I was a 6-year-old. Yeah, enjoyed the good times and then suffered the bad times, or the mediocre times. Lots of crap managers, lots of crap owners. One dodgy owner after a bloody other. I'm not so sure about these owners at the moment. I mean, at least they're not on TV every week bullshitting. So that's a good thing, I suppose. I do wonder about who they buy, though, at times. They buy so many crap players. It's like, why even bother? You might as well let the young ones come through. Be a bit more like Gareth Southgate and let the young ones actually develop. It does seem to be the thing where you get these players in and not interested. Give any one of us for 20 grand a week for running around. We've run around like muppets. And even though we're not proper footballers, we'd probably do a better job because you've got passion. Some of these, they go on the football pitch and they're not interested. They don't pull the finger out. But who am I anyway? Not a football manager. Is it coming home next year? Oh dear. In some ways, you don't want it to. If they're going to smash up cities every time we lose, then. But keep playing like they're playing. At some stage, they'll get the rewards, won't they? You'd think. Would think. Loving this. So easy to drink. And yeah. £11 for 2 cans for the 18%. Yes, I have seen it. Yeah, it was on Facebook earlier. It's worth getting a can, reviewing it, and then keeping one back for a year. If you can keep one back for a year, it's that thing, isn't it? Does anybody ever keep a can back? I've got some box ticking beers in there now, and I was going to save them for when Craig comes around in August and do some collab beer reviews. But there might come the urge one day just to neck them, even if I don't do a review, just to drink them. But I'll try and be good. Chibo, good evening. A pink grapefruit saison, bless you. Does sound nice. Yeah, it does. And the weather, thank God it's cooled down. I don't know how it is in everybody else's part of the country, but in Nottingham it's absolutely roasting. Luckily this time of night it's down to about 20 degrees now, 19, 20, so it's a lot more palatable. Although I've just looked at the sun and I can't see what's going off in there. No. Good plan, that looks like. Yep. Yeah, I'd like to do a big order from Tiny Rebel, but you know, these days, don't you find these days that there's just so many good beers out there? It's a real struggle to pick out beers to buy and who to support. Try and support locals. I need some. Yeah, I've got sunglasses. I need to get some. I need to stop looking at that sun because it blinds you. And then all I'm seeing is like blotches on the screen where the writing is. It is still warm. Yeah. So while the hot tub's on, I'm going to dive in the hot tub when the wife comes home, and then I'm going to get out, cook dinner. No, it's impossible at the moment. Now all the breweries have opened up. There are so many craft breweries out there. It's literally impossible to keep up anymore. I can't even keep up with local beers, never mind anything else. Good evening, Lorraine. I can just read your name with the sun blinding me. I think at the moment with beers out there, you've got to go for the ones that tick your boxes or support local, really, in a lot of ways. And obviously, you don't want to, you know, if you're spending 11 quid on a beer, you want to make sure it's one that's you're going to be drinking, you're going to totally enjoy. You know, finances. I mean, with beers in general, beers are getting more expensive. So obviously, government duties not helping matters. So you've got to be getting something that you really ticks the old boxes. I mean, we've started going to the local micro pubs and tap rooms to try and get beers and support a bit of local, and but also try and do like national beer reviews as well, like Vault City, and then chuck in the odd German and whatever. But there's only so much beer you can review. I mean, flipping heck, 2 or 3 beers a day. I'm not touching anything. You know, you need an army of people doing beer reviews. And even then, I don't think you'd do it. If every single beer reviewer in the UK reviewed just their local beers, even then, not everything would get reviewed. And then you've got all the supermarket stuff. And supermarkets are changing now. Good evening. Supermarkets are changing so often now that it's getting to the stage where it's a struggle. Supermarkets are the cheapest, though, to buy your beers. So there is that. But supermarkets don't pay. Supermarkets get their beers quite cheap. So the breweries aren't really making much off it, if anything. So it's unless you're the mega breweries. 30 degrees. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's absolutely baking here. And there's no bloody clouds in the sky. And that sun's straight in my face. So hence why I'm doing this. It is, isn't it? I mean, we all want the warm weather, but there's warm and then there's stupid, and this is stupid. Yeah. I think about 20 to 25 degrees is great. It's warm enough. You can sit outside and you're not dying. When you get above about 25 degrees, then it just gets unbearable. Plus, you can't sleep at nights. I mean, last night I really struggled, and we've got air conditioning downstairs. Yeah, there's no bell outside. Yeah, I could ring the dog's bell. I don't think he'd appreciate me, to be fair. So, 25 minutes in. Didn't really mean to be on this long, to be fair. Vault City's Apricot Session Sour, absolutely gorgeous. 29 degrees in Buckinghamshire. It's just too hot, isn't it? Oh, as English and British, we're not made for this weather. We're not. We just hate it. The funny thing is, when you're on holiday, it always feels it. But even when it's 32, 33, it don't feel as warm. Northern Star in the heat. Fair play. Nice beer, though. I still want to get Death Star. I still want to get it in order at some stage. But I'm trying not to spend too much on booze. I'm trying to limit what I've got in the shed so that I've got enough, but not silly amounts. So my big thing is I have my double whammy of Father's Day and my birthday quite close, a week apart, which means that I get beer on the obscene level of beers. And then it takes about 3 months for it to die down, or 3 or 4 months, and then you got Christmas. So it don't die down enough. And then obviously in between you treat yourself. You might get a few nice beers here and there. And I'm trying to save money. Well, I've got Blackpool a week on Friday, so I'm going up there with some money and seeing what there is in Blackpool. Luckily, I got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, but working in it's not fun. Bridge North, not me. Yeah, that wouldn't be a surprise. That wouldn't be a surprise. My beer room's ridiculous with beer. Yeah. And that's just the stuff in cans. I've got all the homebrew as well. So much homebrew, so much box ticking Imperial. I've got Imperial stouts that I've brewed myself, and they are all absolutely divine. Too divine. You can get yourself very drunk very quickly. Yeah. As I did last week. And then got the bollocking for it as well. It's right for a bollocking, but a bollocking nonetheless. Sometimes you need a bit of a reality check, if you're drinking. Cider house near Bridgenorth. There are quite a few breweries that have gone to the wall in the pandemic, and yet there's others that have absolutely thrived. It's amazing how it varies. Obviously, some people adapt to change more fast, and as a fan of beer and as a beer reviewer, all these breweries getting all your seasonal stuff into bottles and cans somehow, or draft, all helps sell the beers. Mixed beer, mixed cases, glasses, merchandise. Yes, it's been an interesting time recently. Everything's square now, and I've had to admit that I was slightly in the wrong. But there you go. And yeah, I've got to be goody two shoes now. Dice Man, yes, I did when it first came out. I actually quite liked it, to be fair. I've reviewed it. It is on the channel. Good evening. Yeah, it's Dice Man Stout. I thought it was okay, really. Yeah, it's definitely on the channel. I think I was probably one of the first in the UK to review it. Although it may not show up on the internet like that, but unless your name's Simon, his beer reviews tend to go to the top of the list. But yeah, I thought for an Hobgoblin beer, I thought it was okay. I do wish that they'll bring all their normal beers back, though. Black Witch is a stunning beer that deserves to be back on the shelves, as does Dunkelfester. Pumpkin, rather. Yeah, we need these beers back. Right, I need to kill this off and get ready for the wife to come home. And put some din-dins on and go in the hot tub and chill. So, orange you're looking for, Apricot on the nose, apricot on the taste. This is an absolute divine sour. Very much, it's classed as a session sour, but you know, so easy drinking. There's a sourness and a tartness to it. All you've got is stouts. Oh, bless you. I try to have as many different varieties as possible because I'm not sure if everyone's the same, but I absolutely hate drinking the same beers. I like to vary what I'm drinking so much. It's like when I did three IPA reviews on the road, and it got me so bloody bored. Good evening, Darren. It is very hot. It's cooling down nicely here. The sun's just gone behind some clouds. There's quite a nice cool breeze, and it's well needed. Although I'm still sweating, but you know, nonetheless. So from the Nisa shop in Southampton, if anybody ever goes to Southampton, there's a Nisa shop there. Is it Romsey? Romsey is the area, and absolutely stunning. It's always worth giving beers that you don't normally drink a try. Years ago, I would not drink Belgian beers. I would not drink Hoegaarden, Duvel. Nowadays, I find them palatable. And yeah, I'm trying not to get hammered these days. Yes, I've got the free pass for Friday and Saturday nights, but for the rest of the week, I've got to be good. Plus, I'm driving in the mornings, and in reality, you know, you can't be driving and getting drunk in the grand scheme of things. Bless you. That's decent. Belgian beer. I need to brew a Belgian beer, but at the moment I'm killing off my own brewing because I've got so much to do. I've got 4 pinter kits to brew at some stage. So you brew, and then you drink, and then you brew again, and then you drink. Yeah, it's a good hobby. Out of 5 for this. I bet you won't. Out of 5 for this, I think this is an absolute. I'm going to brew the Weisser next. So I've got the Weisser beer. I've got another Space Hopper. And I've got 2 guest lists. Oh, is it good? This is the Chromebook I'm doing this on. Yeah. Sat outside on my decking. So. Mango Jacks. I've done one of them. Yeah, I have done one of them. It's on 28 degrees. Ouch, that's a bit high, isn't it? It depends on the yeast at that temperature. That is a bit high. Yeah. But even in my beer room, I've got stuff that's because of the temperature. And yeah, it's even in there, it's struggling. You know, it's just too blooming warm. You go from one extreme to the other, which is a bit of a killer. So for me, an absolute exceptional sour. It does what it says on the tin. 4.2%. It's a nice strength, but the aroma, the taste, the ABV, absolutely spot on. One of the best sours I've tasted. And it's that apricot perfectly. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Out of 5 for me, definitely 4.55. I think you're better off at this time of the year indoors. Yeah, even in the winter months. Because your house temperature never deviates too high or low. Whereas sheds are evil because they one in the some winter months you can't brew. In the summer months, like now, ridiculous. So yeah, a good 4.55 out of 5. And now I'm going to have to kill this off. Thank you all for watching, commenting, and participating. And cheers, everyone. See you tomorrow. Well, another review coming later, but it won't be live. Cheers. Yeah, I didn't think that was too bad, actually. I'll just apologise. Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. See you later. I need to work out to turn it off now. There we go. And goodbye. Thank you.